Gary Neville took a bit of a dig. This was already part of the show. I'm going to play it anyway. But Gary Neville took a bit of a dig at Man United and a bit of a dig at Tottenham this week as we get into the European section of the show. Take a look at what he said, and I want to get everyone's opinions on it.
But it's disrespectful of United, and a little bit of Tottenham as well. There's this feeling that, United and Tottenham are going to end up in the final of the Europa League. They're going to have to start playing an awful lot better than they are, because the other teams in this competition, anybody that's half decent and half organised that comes and plays here. I was here last week against Fulham. Fulham won the game in the end on penalties, but they were the better team. And that happens regularly. Manchester United only just beat Ipswich. So don't be surprised if Real Sociedad come here on Thursday and have a lot of joy. I do actually think United will go through, but they're going to have to improve enormously from the levels they're at to win the Europa League. But to prioritise it, what other option has he got? Because it's the only trophy that he can win. And they're not going to go down United. They're too far away from relegation. So the league in some ways, other than pride, is effectively just get through it as quick as you possibly can.
So he sort of starts off by saying it's disrespectful of Man United and Tottenham to prioritise the league. He ends by saying he understands why they're doing it because the league's over. But is it disrespectful for Man United and Tottenham to say the Europa League is now more important than the Premier League for them this season?
No. How many other years has a club been sat there and went, you know what? This European competition we're in is probably more important than our Premier League position, considering we can't win the league. This is not the first time it's happened. It's the most extreme case of it, because there were situations where these teams were in 13th or 14th, but ultimately they're not under threat of relegation. Ipswich aren't going to produce a miracle. They're not good enough. So every team that's in that relegation zone is going down. They might as well just focus on the Europa League. They should not be sitting there sacrificing a trophy.
He is right in what he's saying about if Man United or Spurs come up against an organised team, we will get trounced. Like the way, if Spurs come up against an Athletic Bilbao,
that's a different topic. Yeah.
We're done for. If we come up against Bilbao or Roma, or Man United come up against Bilbao or Roma, they're done for. Like there is an arrogance.
Your best hope of
of course, it's our best hope
winning those competitions is.
Yeah, I get that, but there's also an arrogance in the Spurs fan base that we're just going to go and magically win it. Like there's nothing that Andrew's done since he's been here to give me any hope to say that the arrogance is, we'll just go in the Europa League.
Wait, is there actually like a confidence of winning?
Don't even get me started.
Like that's a real thing.
My fan base at times more than rival fan bases, because it's like,
where's this confidence come from, though?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
I don't understand it. Where is this fucking? We haven't won anything in 17 years.
Oh no! Wait, hold on.
All the time on my videos saying
it's Andrew's second season, guys. Remember?
Yeah, again, and that's what I get all the time is you just focus on the cups. We got knocked out of 2 of those in 4 days, and then I did my match reaction to ours in Alkmaar, and it was like, but we're just going to go and beat them on the home leg, based off what? What in that first leg gives you any confidence that we're just going to go and beat them in the home leg and we're going to go and win the Europa League? So that part I do agree with. If Tottenham come against an organised team we're done for. But Tottenham and Man United in the league positions they're in should be focusing on the Europa League.
100%.
We got nothing to play for. We're both going to stay up. We're both probably focusing on the summer transfer window. But to think that Tottenham are going to make the final, like we've got ours in Alkmaar, and if we beat them, we've got Frankfurt or Ajax. As soon as you mention Ajax to the Tottenham fan base, don't worry, lads, we'll just do a Lucas Moura. We'll go and do them again. And then when we get past them, I think we've got Lazio, who are far better than us. Like the mindset of Tottenham fans baffles me.
They're not far better than you, but yeah, they're better
than you.
Henry, I'm genuinely shocked. You're telling me there are genuine Tottenham fans that think you have not a chance, but a good chance of winning a trophy this season.
David, there's thousands.
Even getting to the final was a surprise to me.
That's my point. I don't get how, I don't get what we've done this season for an example to say that we're going to go and win the Europa League. I don't get what Man United are. Man United. They turn up in one-off results. They beat Man City in the FA Cup. So there's a much higher chance they will win the Europa League than us, even though they're on the harder side. But for Tottenham to do it, I'm scratching my head going, okay, if we do it, happy days. I'll be, out on the piss all day, or the open bus top parade, doing all sorts. If that happens, I will be ecstatic. But what evidence have we got to suggest that's going to happen?
The first 10 games of Andrew's reign, that's one that we harp back to. First 10 games, you were very
players fit, full squad and stuff, yeah. Romero's
Romero
back.
and Van der Ven both back against
He's back.
Bournemouth.
Yeah, they need a couple games. Once they've had a couple games, game changer, bro.
Like I got told I was negative and I was not a Spurs fan because I said that 8 of Bournemouth's 11 getting ours. I don't think that's
only 8.
I think the only Tottenham players that get in Bournemouth side is Kulusevski, Van der Ven, and
Wouldn't say Van der Ven gets in.
I think he does. I think a fully fit Van der Ven does.
Not
Not
where
where
he's
he's doing 40 sprints a game.
Ahead of Zabani and Huijsen.
Tom, give him something. Tom, give him
I think Kulusevski, Solanke.
Yeah,
and
I'll give
Van
him.
der Ven
I'll give him
start
some. Mind you, when that Lautaro was up front, he was getting hat tricks. You know, it might be a problem for Solanke there.
Hey, Patrick fought me on this comment, Henry, but you're spot on with that analysis of your team.
Yeah, 3 players getting. So what makes people think that we're going to go win this cup? How did that get on in the
Yeah,
we'll just go to Anfield and beat Liverpool. And
I feel. Listen, I part of me gets what if Gary Neville was talking about just assuming. It's where what he says doesn't make sense to me. So he's saying that it's disrespectful to assume that just because the clubs prioritize it, they're going to get to the final. If you just take out some delusional fans from both clubs that just think if we play our strongest 11, we're making it to the final. It's what the clubs should be doing. They should be prioritizing the Europa League because there's a chance of Champions League football and Champions League money, especially Man United. We need that money to help improve our squad. Not about pool of players and some players. Like if we make it into the Europa League, so Champions League, there's more chance of us getting Victor Gyökeres, who I think his next move is very likely to be a Champions League side. So there are a handful of players that you might have a better chance of getting, but financially it's going to help us massively. I just don't think it's disrespectful to say if Man United and Spurs pick their strongest teams for the Europa League and rotate for the Premier League, that improves their chances of making it to the final. That for me is the bit that isn't disrespectful. It's not assuming, because I don't think Spurs are making it even if they do. Genuinely, Spurs making a European final again. Spurs, look, they did what they did in 2019. They did brilliantly to get to the final. But they ain't built like that, Tottenham. They've been the favourites for about 5 months, and I've never understood why. The bookies have had them as the favourites. Listen, Man United have been dog. And they've beaten us 3 times this year. I still think in terms of lifting a trophy, if I'm putting my money on it and I had to bet between the 2 clubs, I'm going on Man United over Spurs.
Yeah, every day of the week.
But there's teams left in it that are just more versed and more experienced in Europe and at winning than Tottenham. But I just thought Gary Neville sort of turning his nose up at the idea of prioritizing it was kind of wrong, really, because I was happy with Man United's performance yesterday in the second half and some really good displays from some of our players. I still would have liked to see more kids from the start of the game and rest a few players because Sociedad with Zubimendi back is going to be a very, very different matter this week. But if I was to ask you, the panel, this, I'm going to go to David first. Man United and Spurs, which of the 2, if any, are going to qualify, in your opinion, to the next round of the Europa League this Thursday?
I don't think either of you do. Sorry to say it. I just think, no offense to Spurs, Troy Parrott is just he's gonna come back and score a goal. I can feel it already. I know nothing. I don't know if there's bad blood or anything, but he's gonna score at that stadium. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be beautiful.
I'm gonna need a new
Man United. I think the problem with Man United is that if you go a goal down, I think if you go up, you'll win. However, if you go a goal down, I think it gets worse and worse and worse because the whole stadium's going to be on your back. Like the whole stadium's going to get on your back because they know it's the one last bit of hope they've got for the season because the league's done and you got knocked out of the FA Cup. So it's literally like this. Every game is that one game and you're not fighting for anything. So I personally think Sociedad are going to do you, and I think if I think Spurs are going to lose quite badly, actually. To be honest,
if we lose to Azad Alkmaar with our 5th choice striker turning up and beating us, if he's not sacked that night, then we should be writing outside the stadium. Like no disrespect to Azad Alkmaar, they've got some good players, but then
Why
I'm
sack him?
sorry.
Then? What's the point before the end of the season? What's the point?
I said yesterday in my match reaction, I would appoint Ryan Mason for that AZ Alkmaar game. We were booed off at half time. We were booed off at full time. The substitutions, the
Ryan
space.
Mason, come on, Henry. Yeah.
Let me ask you one question, right? Let me ask you one question.
Decorum.
What's RZ's game plan going to be when they play us?
Wait for Tottenham to do with Tottenham.
Sit back and counter attack.
Wait for the history of the
Every team in Europe knows that, and we don't have anything to counter that argument. So why would I not want him gone and bring someone else? I'd rather bring the academy coach in against RZ Alkmaar and just say try something different. I mean, Destiny Dogi. I mean, I'd rather you at fullback than it. He's come back and looks absolutely appalling. He's probably still carrying an injury.
Destiny.
Got to make 5 worldy saves a game.
You don't mean it.
I don't see Tottenham going through. I can see United going
was
through.
good.
He was the best left back in the league, man.
Yeah, if I had to give,
Yeah.
if I had to give one of my teams my life tomorrow, it'd be Man United. It has to.
Yeah,
be.
United just have that. I think the game yesterday will be a good momentum boost for them because United fans acknowledge that they actually deserved to get more than a draw out of that game based on the second half. With the chances,
I think they're going on through on penalties. To be fair, man.
Yeah, maybe. Look, I'm never that confident in Man United. We were better than Sociedad in their backyard. I know that Zubimendi was out, but let's not pretend like we haven't got our own like players missing. We got undone by a very unfortunate handball. You know, it's handball by the letter of the law, but it was a bit of a freak accident. That's how we go out, by the way, on Thursday. If somebody makes a colossal error. And that was actually maybe the proudest moment I had yesterday is we actually played a game where we were leading and doing quite well, but there wasn't like a massive blundering error. Delo getting sent off against Arsenal, even though we saw that game through. The Ipswich game, which we won, you know, we give away a goal in the opening 3 minutes. We play brilliantly to get 2-1 up and then Dorgu gets sent off. We just need to not have any sort of lame brain moments. And I think if we do that, I think we can get through. Lyon, look, I don't know. I don't know how good Lyon are. They beat Steaua Bucharest, who we beat. Let's see what the second leg looks like as an example. But yeah, I think, by the way, I think Tottenham go through as well this week. I think they'll be better at home against AZ. I think they'll be better at home. I think they go through. But who would you have in the next round if you go through?
We'd have Frankfurt or Ajax, and we've won one of our last 11 home games.
Yeah,
I still think you lot.
I still think you're going to go through.
Based on what? Why, Terry? What's giving you the encouragement?
One home win since November, Terry.
That's why though. But that's why.
Football gods thing.
But that's not just football god. But that's why. That's why you haven't had many, and
this is
one's due. It's not based on any kind of football. I'm not breaking it down like I'm not trying to be. I'm honest. I was watching the Saturday socials the other day, and somebody broke down why defender's really good, and loads of people were praising. Going, oh my god, it's so great to actually hear like real solid breakdown without people, because we all use this phrase sometimes. You'll go, oh, Mbappe is just Mbappe, and people go, that doesn't even mean anything. And I'm like, no, I think it does. It means, do we really have to go into why he's good? We all know why he's good, right? And sometimes I just feel like that about games. Form and their home record, they're probably going to lose. I just view it as they're going to get an own win soon. You said it earlier when they put the stats up before a corner. They had not scored from a corner in 6 months. Oh, they go and score. It's that. I think they'll do it. 2-1, 2-0. Something like that. Yeah. Like they did it with the Bruno goal. You know, no shot on target the whole first half for Man United. Last kick of the first half, bang, a goal. Right? Yeah. It's just
this
it's
team
one of them.
Not scored away from home for 5 games. And
bang, let's go. Yeah, exactly. It's just that, and I don't know what to call it other than football. Really, it's just a football thing. I think Spurs will do it, and I'm actually going to go 2-0. But viewers, I'd love to get your views and your opinions on that. Interesting comment here about Arsenal. This is from Andrew Barnes, and about Chelsea. He says, hot take. Chelsea will win the Premier League before Arsenal.
No.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Not unless Arsenal don't like continue to screw themselves over in the transfer market. Arsenal should win a league title in the next 2 years because all they need to do is buy a number 9. who can score goals, and the rest of that squad is a title-winning squad. If Arsenal continue to not do anything if they continue to keep trying to cut corners, keep trying to avoid the big pressing matter, it's still going to take Chelsea 4 years to get to a title challenging squad. But let's be real, under this current ownership model, they're going to need to cycle through a whole other set of players first to get a collection of 11 that are good enough to win a title. If Arsenal, in 4 years' time, have not won a league title, they don't deserve to win a league title. I'm sorry. They don't. They deserve the embarrassment of Chelsea beating them to a title.
That 4 years is even too long. I'm not going to lie. That 4 years is even too long. But it's a cool super chat.
I want to say
I can't
yes.
see it. It's a cool super chat, though.
I really want to say yes, but like, I feel like Chelsea are like 2 years away from doing it. And that's 2 years of like no mistakes. It's 2 years away. Arsenal have to do one thing, and that's it. So if you can't do that one thing in 2 years, and then we're neck and neck, I'm with the super chat. But Arsenal can win it before Chelsea can even be good enough.
I like that. Proper Niger politician answer. Love it.
But it's true. But it's true. Like if I'm
say
not
anything,
even in the position to start the race, if I can't even start the race, you're in the race already. If you don't win it before
are you a yes or no? No, but basically, David, are you yes or no of the super chat? That all those semantics that you threw in were good.
As of today, if I've got to pick a side, I'm picking no. But I could be swayed. If someone gives me,
you could be swayed depending on how the next 2 years go. I get it.
As of right now, I would say no, but I'll leave it open ended to see what this summer looks like. If Arsenal have a similar window to last year, but Chelsea go out and buy Gyökeres, Bruno Guimaraes, and Nico Williams, I'm throwing names out there. If they have a summer that Arsenal should have, we all might change our minds come the beginning of the season, because Chelsea need that experience or top-level stars. So do Arsenal. But if Arsenal sign that, even if Chelsea do, I would still expect Arsenal to stay ahead of them. Plus, I think at the moment, Arteta, I would say, is a better coach, a better manager than Maresca, and that goes a long way as well. But look, viewers, let us know what you think and what you feel about that. The super chats come in here.